Hello everyone, this is a short video to demonstrate user interface evaluation and its enhancement of driving license registration by Department of Transport Management. I am Biraj Adhikari and I'd like you to meet our team Sujan Nepal, Sumit Kanal and Buddhamani Gautam. So why there is a problem while navigating through this government service? Most of us have visited online driving license registration to register and take part in driving license examination. As of right now, license registration process is closed and the site is inaccessible for live demonstration. So let's look at a snap of the website to identify some of the problems. As you can see, this is the existing registration portal for driving license. The first problem we get is color mismatch. The whole web page is almost white space and text. There is no visible buttons and the user has to find out everything. This design does not match with any modern web designs and it is not intuitive enough. This purple text saying online driving license registration is a button and the user has to figure this on their own. After clicking this button, the user is taken to fill out a registration form which looks like this. There is so much going on at once in this form. The spacing is not consistent and so many boxes have been crammed in a small space. The design is not responsive for all screen sizes. This form does not provide any feedback and the drop downs are very inconsistent. After facing this problem ourselves, we conducted a survey and asked targeted users around us if they faced similar problems. Users were asked different questions and the results were compiled in terms of pie chart and bar graph. Further analysis led us to conduct cognitive walkthrough, heuristic evaluations and also discussion of design issues with other groups. This helped us to conclude implementation of Norman's usability principle is suitable to improve the user experience and user interface of online driving license registration. This is the paper prototype for registration page and this is the paper prototype for registration form. After designing these paper prototypes, it was time to use digital tools to create a new web page for online license registration. So let's take a look at the new design. As you can see, this is the design we came up with. We used an online tool called Figma to help us design this prototype. This new design contains everything the old design had, like Nepal's flag, the emblem and the name of the ministry. The essence of this design is similar to that of the old design. However, this design follows modern design principle unlike the previous one. Let's take a look at the new registration form as well. This design also follows the principle of modern web design. The form looks consistent and spacious enough. This form is much more user friendly. Now let's compare the new design with the previous design using Norman's usability principle. Comparing the visibility of this new design with the previous one, the new design is much more visibly appealing than the previous one. Lack of button on this design has been fixed on our new design. There is a proper register button. The form is also more visibly appealing. There is more space and users should not feel the design is crammed with boxes like the previous design. The new design gives a lot more feedback than the previous design. The buttons in the new design can be hovered over like the register button over here. This cannot be done in the previous design. The form also gives feedback on blank spaces like if it can be empty or not. So overall, the feedback is more in the new design than the previous design. The mapping of text and buttons on new design is much better than the old design. More important things like buttons are placed where people navigate most. This was not done on the previous designs. The form in the new design is more consistent than the old design. The boxes are separated equally and everything is not crammed in a single place like the old design. There is only one button on the new design so that the user should not try to figure out how the system works, rather they will go to that precise button and use the system more easily. The new design is very simple and people from all age group can understand and easily navigate through the web page and the form. After comparing the design by ourselves, we asked our targeted audience again to take a survey. They were asked questions according to Norman's usability principles. The users gave rating from strongly agree to strongly disagree, which are shown in these graphs. Hence, in order to evaluate and improve online registration of driving license, different approaches were used, and finally we achieved a better design following user responses and implementing Norman's usability principle.